Welcome back. So we're back on the injectors today. Gonna do all 4 of them. Unfortunately my parts washer didn't survive the removal. The thread is actually broken out of the plastic, so we're gonna do it the good old-fashioned way with a brush and a top. Got a bit in the ultrasonic. Yeah, it's in black now. So it works. This is a different injector. It's got a different thing here for adjusting. So this pintle has the same crud on it. So let's take the other side out and see what we find. So this is our doubtful number 4 injector. Oh, it's really crudded up. Sorry, number 3. That's our number 3 injector. This surface here is critical. Look at that. Pintle is completely stuck, and someone trashed that pin because the pin aligns it. I'm pretty sure this was leaking. There is no pin here. I think someone put it together the wrong way, because you can. If you're not careful, yeah, you can put it back. You can put it together the wrong way if the pin isn't there. I wonder how these pins come out. Probably not at all. That's bad. Well, at least this is one for the parts washer. Let's clean that. Well, I said to limb number 3 is poor. I'll probably look for another one. I don't know how to get that pin out because there is no hole, so you can only drill it out. Bastard. I can't get it out without force, and I don't want that. So I put the whole thing in the ultrasonic cleaner. Maybe it comes apart, because that usually helps. This is completely stuck, and that's the reason. It was cracking open at 105, but the spray pattern was awful, so no worry, no wonder. And I think it was leaking on the lap surface as well, because it might have been together the wrong way. I don't know. Anyway, let's take the other bits out and look at them. So to clean the, if I could see that, to clean the injector, I've just got a brass brush which has the right size. It's actually smaller than the hole, so you need to find a hole and just go through briefly. That is the already cleaned one here, and you just go through, make sure there's nothing in it, and then have a close inspection. Check the lap surface. This is the other one. Also check this surface here. Make sure it's nice and clean. Put a bit of lube on it. If you put them the wrong way, you're gonna push it in. That's what they did. It was the wrong way, and then on the other one, and then they just pushed it down. That's the reason why it doesn't center anymore. That's the way it goes. You got the 2 holes here, and you got the feed hole here, and then it goes together this way. Before you put it together, lubricate it, and then we're good to go. So let me get some lube and then we'll put it together. It doesn't really matter what lube you use. I think this is hydraulic oil. And then just put the pintle back, make sure everything runs nice and smooth. Yeah. So here you go. Runs nice and smooth. Make sure that the surface is clean, no debris on it. And then put it together, no force required. I think the problem with the other one, this is happening if you force it together with the spring still in place. That's exactly what's happening here. Yeah. Because then you don't have a feel what's right and what's wrong. So this is the way to do it. No spring, and then you assemble the nozzle. Torque it up. Where are my screws? Put the screws in, put it into the vise, tighten it up. Sorry, I'm not going to show that because otherwise I'll have to move the camera. So now it's torqued up. And make sure everything is clean. Always use their fingers because you can feel the slightest bit of debris with your fingers. Make sure your desk is reasonably clean. Put the pintle in. Sits right, spring, cover. Make sure everything is oily, and then just screw them together. You're gonna test it anyway, so what I normally do, I just put them together loosely with a rough idea what we are. That's about close. It will leak a little bit if you go at the top, but let's put it into the tester and see what comes out of it. So turn the camera around and then we can see it. Let me tighten everything up and then we'll give it a try. Alright, it's not too bad. We're at just over 100 and we get some fuel coming out. So give that a little bit of a whack. You need to finally test it when the cap is on, because it might disturb the connection of the. So that's. It's not cracking. Losing pressure a little bit. We need to crank it up a bit further. Probably another half a turn. I don't know how much turn on these injectors, but it doesn't crack. It's under 30, that's a little bit too much. And we are at 125. We may still have a little bit of air in the system here. Not super happy with this one. We'll see how the other one's behaving. It doesn't produce a firm crack. You probably need to take it apart one more time and have a closer look, because all the work you put in right now is helping you. So let me put the cover on, the cap on, and see how it works. Well, as expected, the cap makes a difference. Now it's sprayed quite nicely, and because the thread is loose and it's losing a bit pressure here. So let me see when it comes. It's about 125. I'm happy with that one. It's perfect. It's leaking off somewhere. You see where it leaks. But it's not leaking here. If fuel comes down here or out here, you know it's the nozzle isn't sealed against the body. So I'm happy with this one. Nice and crackly. Exact 125, at least, apart by this gauge here. Right, let's see if I can get the other one apart. Oh, this is still completely seized here. It just doesn't want to come apart. It's completely solid. Let's just put it into the cleaner again. So I retightened the cap, checked it again, it's 125, exactly where I want it. It doesn't leak, it's all good. The seal surface looks good. So, and I marked it 1. I've got a piece of paper in this one, 3. Don't mix and match the parts because they all work into each other, especially if they're a bit older. So let's get this one out of the way and see what number 4 does, because that's crudded up as well. So you may find similar issues here. Alright, we come back when we have this dismantled here. This one feels a bit crudded up as well. And the pintle is stuck. Oh dear. That's number 4, and on this one I was suspecting something as well. I think it was leaking down here, because that's what it looked like. So it's leaking down the side here. So maybe the surface wasn't good, or the gasket wasn't good. Anyway, this usually happens when they get warm. So we need to give this the same treatment as the other one. Alright, we'll come back when we have success. I managed to get it out. Piece of rack around the stem, a pair of pliers, and gently wiggle it. No big force, because you don't want to bend it. It has some wear marks, and yeah. Alright, let's get to the parts washer, clean it, and then ultrasonic. Well, it's still stuck. It's hot, so I put it into diesel here, and maybe that makes it move. I just can't get it to move. So we're trying it with a rather unusual method here, and what I'm trying to do is pulling it out on the lathe. So yeah, the problem is we're pulling the chuck out of the it doesn't have enough grip. Let me see if I can rotate it. I need to reset that thing. The benefit of doing it this way is it comes out. Look, I'm completely centered. Here we go. So I'm not going to bend anything. That was the plan. So I'm running out of chuck now. So yeah, I'm entirely hand tied. Not even a selfie stick on it. So just pull it out. Now it's stuck again. Let me reset and we'll get it out. I'm pretty sure. So it is actually tight. Yeah. And now I just gently pull on it. And here it comes. I was just running out of trouble on my belt, but I didn't want to go too far out. That rear pintle is not so critical because it's only the spacer for the... Oh, this is really stuck. It's even hard to pull on the... Here we have it. This is completely seized. So we're back on the bench here and we can see some scoring, a little bit actually. We need to polish that a little bit. There is some scoring on it. So let's put this one back into the cleaner and see, because it's so stuck, it's really tight. There is a possibility that this is bent or it's just full of crud. Let me put that into the cleaner. I'll pick the other bits out from them before. I'm extremely unhappy with this one. You see something happened. And either the pintle is bent or kinked. I checked if there is a burr or something like that, but it's not. It goes in a little bit and then it's stuck. It needs lapping somehow. The problem is, because what you don't want is taking material off, because they are lapped into each other. Providing this is the one which was there before. I think it all has to do with that messed up seat and the pin. I think the whole thing was just not right. I think I need a new nozzle set. At least at some point. We'll make it work somehow. I'm just gonna lap it for a while. And hopefully it goes in at some point. So I'm just lapping this one in here. I can get it in, that's number 3. That's almighty number 3. And I can get it in, but it's still sticky, so... And you can see it's actually... It's still... You see that it's turning the chuck. And hopefully it makes it any better. I think there's a burr at the very bottom. And I just don't want to go fast, because the lathe guarantees you're actually straight. So this should help a little bit. I think when they botched that thing together, something has been bent or so, or they put a burr at the front. It looks like, look at that, it's shiny here, so that's where it was binding a little bit. I could get it in and out, but it's very hard. It doesn't move freely, so that's all we try. Nothing to lose really. I guess that's going to be replaced anyway. But it should get me going for now, because I can't spend millions on this thing. Alright, let's see. So yeah, we got the mighty number 3. I'm not happy with it, because I think it's leaking. It's leaking a tiny bit. The pressure loss is not much, but it's leaking a tiny bit. I think it's just not dry. Yeah, it's sitting at 100, and that's where it comes out. Okay, I need a new nozzle for that. It's doing alright. It's cracking at 125-ish. Just a bit over. And so we put it in, so we can run the machine at least, but I need to organize a nozzle. I need to get the number of these, and they're available on eBay. They're not super expensive. But that will keep me going at least. And yeah, well, that's what it is. This thing is shattered. It doesn't leak around here, so the surface with this broken pin is actually okay, but I think there is a bit of an alignment problem eventually. I need to check if I get another injector or something like that. It doesn't really matter what the body is as long as the nozzle is the same. Well, we'll find something. At least it should run without. Okay, let's put it together and call it good, because sometimes you have to do a shortcut simply because we have no other choice. So we put it in as it is, and now we're gonna assemble number 2. At some point when I have a lot of money, I probably buy a whole set of nozzles and just replace them, because as long as the spring is the same, I think it's okay, because it's not a race car, it's a forklift. Alright, that's it from this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Until next time. We're going to put that into the forklift as soon as I have some time and see if it makes a difference.